Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our flight in discovering one new Chinese expression a day. Yesterday, we talked about 和气生财, which is what I call Chinese business 101, that generate goodwill so that you can survive. Today, we have this money-making philosophy in Chinese in another expression called 取财有道. 取财有道 is probably business 102. Well, it talks about morality of entrepreneurship or business practice. Okay, let's get into each 取. Wow, came from this bloody image of the three-finger hand, your right hand symbol, actually, and the ear. So this is an abstraction of the ear symbol, something like the nerve system or hearing or the function of the ear symbolized with this horizontal line, like something in there is functional. And then have the shape of creating this. Wait, how does it create? Okay, got this, right? Got this, and then I got this. Well, I cannot render it with my arm, but it's an abstraction of this organ. And yeah, like the eyeball symbol, I can see that. But I guess ear is a kind of abstraction. And when enough people use the same abstraction, people accept it's a representation of the ear. Okay, hand near ear. What does it mean? It's quite bloody. My theory is in the ancient battlefield, when you kill an enemy, to do the head count, you don't really cut the whole head and carry it around because you're going to kill the next enemy. The fastest way to head count your kill is to cut off the ear. You don't really have the time to like do the sculpting as Indians do either. So ear cutting is the most efficient way to count. And I'm not sure if there was any reward system back then, like for a warrior, how many enemies you kill on battlefield, you're going to be awarded accordingly. And then at the end of the day is the ear count. But we have the symbol in our language and we have to imagine like why hand near the ear means to get something. So go figure. That's my theory. You can disagree, but it came from this bloody image in a battlefield. And that's the initial conceptualization of how to get something. It's probably almost like get something that doesn't belong to you, right? Because it's somebody else's ear. It's taken a life even. It's even the ultimate get. It's to kill. It's quite bloody, but that's the get concept. And eventually, like we as contemporary Chinese, when I see this symbol, okay, I know the ear is there, but on the right side, it got abstracted into this symbol. It doesn't look like a hand anymore. So I never put together a hand next to ear to take the ear off. Never imagined. Okay, until I did this channel. Okay, wealth. Okay, we have this seashell symbol on the left, which was the ancient currency. And the right side means talent or potential, which has this horizontal line as the ground level. Vertical line is the rooting or the stem that once it's underground, it becomes the root of a plant. And then the second horizontal line is an indicator. That's an abstract, like a human symbol over there. It's not a physical reflection. I mean, physical representation. So the second line, the indicator to mean the root. Here is what we're talking about. Because you can represent the whole scenery, but where exactly you want to pay to direct people's attention to, right? So that horizontal line is the indicator. Point right there. The root, that's what we are talking about. And the root symbolize the potential, the future, because you have a root, then you can grow, right? So this potential of money is a Chinese way put together as wealth. And I find in the last episode that I talked about how this concept of potential money is reflecting the contemporary wealth management concept of what is wealth. It's the potential to spend, like it's money still under your name. You could have spent it, but you haven't yet. And that's wealth. Money spent already doesn't belong to you anymore. That's transacted, it's out. So it's money, you still hold it. That's the potential money. Okay, so get money, when we know get, it's taking ear from your enemy, taking a life from somebody. That's a big take, right? But it's diluted over the years. It's not as bloody. And get wealth. Still, I feel now, after the year reading, it's about get wealth from somebody that doesn't belong to you, that didn't belong to you from the beginning. I mean, that's how we get wealth, right? It's a transaction. It's somehow in an exchange, and then you receive on the receiving end of wealth, of this money potential to be spent. So that's what the 取财 is. Now, 有, you can see 3-finger hand, recurring symbol and the theme in Chinese language again. And here, instead of the ear symbol, this is a piece of meat. So we don't know the source of the meat or what kind of meat. It's a generic meat. Okay, meat represent protein, represent good life, represent in an ancient hunter-gatherer society, meat is a higher value food source, right? Compared with grains or fruits, seeds that are easier to get. Food, meat was harder to come by. You have to kill an animal or something to have meat. So this meat next to head means you are in control of that piece of meat. You own that meat, that ownership. The meat was a high value food back then, right? That's related to survival. So that's a major hat. That's a big hat. So that, there we go. That's the hat. Okay, both get and have this 3-finger hand in there. Okay, Dao. Okay, for a Western ear, this Dao actually was later translated as Tao, T-A-O. So now if you see T-A-O, everybody probably in the English world also know. It means the way, right? It kind of abstracted the right way to, the right path to do something. So originally it means path, and path came from this foot symbol, almost like a cactus looking, that's just like the hand with 3 fingers to represent a hand. We didn't draw out of 5, that's too many. 3 is enough. And then 3 toes to represent the food. Didn't draw out of 5. So this is the arch of the food, 3 toes. Somehow over the history of evolution of the character, it got abstracted into this weird shape. And then 3 strokes means footsteps. That means somebody have using foot to walk, and you see the result of the walking, the tracks of the walking. And again, 3 is a multitude. It's abstract. It doesn't mean exactly 3, right? So it means somebody is walking, is taking steps. So this is about walking. And then the right side, okay? The right side means a head with hairs, okay? Wow. I don't want to dramatize again, but this visually represents me almost like the hairs going up like that, right? It's almost like that in battlefield. If you cut ears, it's probably the foot soldiers. The life doesn't worth that much. But if you're lucky enough to cut a certain leader from the enemy's camp, then the whole head is worth carrying. And then that's cutting the whole head would be taking off this whole hair, pull up, cut, and then the head probably worth, I don't know, 10 years or more. So that's my imagining, like how the battlefield would track, performance of their soldiers. It's bloody. I don't want to go further deep into that. but this head symbol, that's how I imagine it was used, applied. That's why the hair goes up, anti-gravity, because the head was held by the killer, and the hair pulled like that. Okay, the head symbol was represented actually only by here. This shape is the bridge, the very end of your nose tip. And then the two horizontal lines means the nostril kind of stack up. Like that's a kind of language twist to represent the reality. So basically it's exactly here, this portion of a human face, it's representing here in this small space. And now there's a circle all around that. That all around that means your face. So we know we have much, much more residence on your face, right? All of that organs on the face was not represented, only the small portion. And then draw the whole outline of the face to represent the whole face. Now with the hair pulled like that, that's okay, a face with hair. That means the whole head. So it becomes two-dimensional. Face means this, right? Flat is a face facing you side. Now with the hair, that means the whole skull. Okay, it becomes three-dimensional. So whole skull paired with walking. What kind of picture is it generating right now in your mind? Why it becomes past? So now comes with some imagination. So walking means taking actions, right? Walking has a destination. Walking has a goal. So walking almost like the practice of life. Walking through life, if we want to abstract it in that way. And now the head, okay, so even if it looks bloody right now, probably, the head representing intelligence. I hope ancient language creators knows that, like deep down, they know the functioning, the intelligence of humans come from the head, not the heart. Heart probably processing a lot more emotion, but it's the head that represent your highest wisdom. So this wisdom represented by the head with walking, that means getting through life in tune with your wisdom. And that is the path, the way, the right way. So almost like, okay, if we're just walking, doing things day to day without thinking, it's aimless, it's pointless, you're not in tune with your life's mission if you found one. With head, that means with a goal, with consciousness, living with mindfulness. Okay, we can almost plug in the contemporary mindful living. How about that? Okay, so that's path. Okay, 取财有道. Together means you generate wealth, which take money from other people morally. 有道 means you are doing it mindfully, with mindfulness. So I translate as virtuous wealth. So this is when you know a language, capture this phrase, eternalize this phrase, like capturing, create this four character together. You know, like in actuality, in real life, probably a lot of the opposite of what is telling you is going on. That's why the necessity of creating this phrase, right? So virtuous wealth, 取财有道, that means in practice, in life, a lot of people are not following this mindful, take money from people. Probably they're not doing fair trade or scam a lot of people, right? All kinds of tricks can be played on people to get wealth. So virtuous wealth was what then promoted as how is the right way or respectable way to do it. So here I put a picture of this billionaire from Hong Kong. I guess all Asian people at least heard of his name, because as the representation of a generation of entrepreneurs and super wealthy, super influential as well. Li Jiacheng is his name. And he even got a title of Sir. I guess that's an English tradition, because he was from Hong Kong. So the highest honor from local native Hong Kong to get is to be recognized by the British royalty to give you the title of Sir, right? So that kind of seal the status of this entrepreneur, to give the recognition of his accomplishment. And it gotta be like he accomplished, he generate or accumulate 取财, right? He can take money from people on such a massive scale, like into billionaire. He's promoting that 君子爱财，取之有道. So we switch out, we coin that. So plug in this 财 in place of the 知, because 知 is a referral of 财. So basically he's saying, gentlemen love money, that you have to take it with this mindfulness. So this plug in 取财有道 is what he was saying over here. So this is a TV capture of that frame, that he was saying this, he was promoting this concept of basically explaining how he got his wealth. So his major principle, business 102, was to take money or accumulate wealth with this mindfulness. So morally become rich. Okay, that's the main idea. Okay, cash into it. Can I say thinking about one more today with Sophie? See you another day.